Every truck brand promises power. Every ad claims reliability. But on real roads, under real weight, in real conditions, only a few actually survive. Some brands build legends, others build disappointment on wheels. Today, we're ranking 10 truck brands from worst to best, based on durability, performance, reputation, and real-world abuse. No sponsorships, no brand loyalty, just truth. By the end of this video, you'll know which brands deserve your money and which ones deserve to be avoided at all costs. Number 10. International Navistar. International sits at the bottom of this ranking not because it cannot build good trucks, but because owning one often feels like a gamble unless you know exactly what you're buying. In trucking, consistency is everything. A brand earns respect when operators know what to expect year after year. International's biggest weakness has been its uneven track record across different engine generations and model eras. Some years produced solid, dependable machines. Others created reputations that followed the brand for a decade. For fleet buyers, International often looks attractive on paper. The purchase price can be competitive, configurations are flexible, and the brand has a wide footprint in medium-duty and vocational markets. School buses, box trucks, dump trucks, and regional haul rigs wearing the International badge are everywhere. That kind of presence suggests reliability, but the real-world ownership stories are mixed. Many operators report that certain International platforms required more attention, more downtime, and more patience than rival brands. The issue is not that every International truck is unreliable. The issue is uncertainty. When you buy a truck, you're not just buying steel, you're buying predictability. You want to know that if you maintain it properly, it will reward you with uptime. With International, the experience can vary dramatically depending on engine generation, emission systems, and build year. Owner-operators especially feel this because they don't have backup trucks or in-house maintenance departments. One bad month of downtime can destroy cash flow. Another factor is resale value. In trucking, perception becomes money. Even if a specific model year is good, the market often remembers the bad years more loudly than the good ones. That lowers resale prices and raises long-term cost of ownership. A truck that costs less upfront but loses more value later can end up being more expensive overall. Number 9. Mack is one of the most respected names in trucking history. The bulldog on the hood represents toughness and in many applications, construction, refuse, heavy vocational. Mack truly earns that reputation. These trucks are often overbuilt in the best sense of the word. Frames feel solid, components feel heavy-duty, and in brutal working environments, Mack trucks can thrive where lighter designs suffer. So why is Mack ranked so low? Because this list is about overall ownership experience across the widest range of trucking jobs. Mack is exceptional in its niche, but not always the most balanced choice for the average operator running regional or long-haul freight. In those scenarios, factors like fuel efficiency, sleeper comfort, aerodynamic optimization, and nationwide service speed become just as important as brute strength. Many Mack models are designed with vocational DNA at their core. That's perfect if you're hauling gravel, running refuse routes, or working in harsh job site conditions. But for long stretches of highway driving, other brands often deliver better ride comfort, quieter cabs, and more refined driving dynamics. Over 10 or 12 hours a day, that difference matters. Another factor is regional support. In some areas, Mack dealers are excellent and fast. In others, coverage is thinner compared to the largest mass-market brands. A truck that is mechanically strong still loses value if service access is inconvenient. Downtime doesn't care how tough your frame is. Mack also carries a brand identity that is deeply tied to work truck culture. That's a strength. But it can limit appeal for owner-operators who want a more luxurious or modern long-haul environment. When you rank brands from worst to best across all trucking scenarios, versatility becomes a key metric. Mack is brilliant at what it does, but it doesn't try to be everything. And that's why, in a universal ranking, it falls near the bottom. Number 8. Western Star. Western Star trucks are intimidating in the best way. They look like machines built for war zones, mines, and oil fields. Thick frames, aggressive stance, and severe duty design language make them feel indestructible. In environments where trucks are punished daily, rock quarries, logging operations, heavy haul routes, Western Star can be a dream. But ranking brands is about more than strength. It's about how well a truck fits into the average trucking business. Western Star is a specialist. It's built for operators who truly need extreme durability. For everyone else, that extra capability can become unnecessary weight, both literally and financially. These trucks often cost more to purchase and can consume more fuel if used in standard freight operations. You may be paying for structural strength you never fully use. That's not a flaw in the truck. It's a mismatch in application. A sledgehammer is amazing, but you wouldn't use it to hang pictures. Dealer presence is another consideration. Western Star does not have the same universal footprint as the largest mass-market brands. In remote areas, that's fine. In busy freight corridors, downtime becomes more expensive if service access is limited. The best truck brand is not only the one that survives abuse, but the one that gets back on the road fastest. Western Star also appeals to a specific buyer personality, someone who wants a machine that feels unstoppable. For that buyer, it's a great brand. For a fleet manager chasing cost per mile and predictable service cycles, it may not be the most logical option. That's why Western Star ranks low in a worst to best list aimed at broad ownership experience. It is phenomenal at what it's built for, but too specialized to be the best general-purpose truck brand. Number 7. Freightliner. Freightliner dominates highways in many countries, especially in North America. There's a reason for that: scale. Freightliner offers massive production volume, extensive dealer networks, and widespread parts availability. When a truck breaks down, being near a Freightliner service point can mean the difference between hours and days of downtime. That alone makes the brand extremely attractive to fleets. From a business standpoint, Freightliner often wins on practicality. It's easy to spec, easy to service, and easy to standardize across hundreds or thousands of trucks. For logistics companies, that matters more than image or emotion. Many Freightliner models are optimized for efficiency, and when configured correctly, they can deliver strong fuel economy. So why isn't Freightliner higher? Because the ownership experience can feel fleet first. Some drivers describe certain models as functional rather than inspiring. Interior materials, ride feel, and long-term durability perception can vary by year and configuration. Owner-operators who live in their truck for weeks at a time often want something that feels more personal, more solid, more premium. Freightliner's massive production also means variability. When a brand builds at such scale, not every unit feels special. Some drivers swear by them, others complain about trim quality or long-term wear. The result is a split reputation, loved for convenience, criticized for character. In a ranking from worst to best, Freightliner sits in the middle because it excels at logistics but doesn't always excite. It's the brand that keeps fleets moving. But for individual drivers who want emotional attachment to their machine, other brands often feel more rewarding. Number 6. Volvo. Volvo trucks represent a very different philosophy from the rugged mechanical image of old-school American iron. Volvo builds its reputation on safety, ergonomics, and modern engineering. Step into a Volvo cab and it feels more like a cockpit than a traditional truck interior. Everything is designed around the driver's seat position, visibility, control placement, noise isolation, and ride quality. For long-haul drivers who spend weeks living in their truck, this matters more than horsepower numbers or chrome. Volvo's safety systems are among the most advanced in the industry. Collision mitigation, lane assistance, adaptive cruise, and stability technologies are often ahead of competitors. This not only protects drivers, but also reduces insurance risk and accident-related downtime for fleets. Many companies choose Volvo precisely because of this holistic, safety-first design approach. Fuel efficiency is another strong point. When spec'd properly, Volvo powertrains can deliver excellent miles per gallon, over hundreds of thousands of miles. That difference translates into massive savings. For fleet managers, Volvo often looks like a smart, data-driven decision. However, the same modern engineering that makes Volvo attractive can also make it intimidating. These trucks rely heavily on integrated electronics and proprietary systems. Independent mechanics sometimes struggle without specialized diagnostic tools. In regions where Volvo dealer support is strong, this isn't a problem. In areas with limited coverage, it can become a serious issue. A truck that needs specialized attention but has no nearby specialist can sit longer than it should. There's also a cultural factor. Some drivers simply prefer the feel of a more traditional truck, the sound, the vibration, the mechanical personality. Volvo feels refined, smooth and quiet. To some, that's perfection. To others, it feels disconnected from the raw identity of trucking. That's why Volvo lands in the upper middle of this ranking. It is objectively excellent in comfort, safety, and efficiency. But best is not only about numbers. It's about how easily a truck integrates into the real-world environment of different operators. Volvo shines brightest where modern infrastructure and trained support exist. Outside that ecosystem, its advantages can turn into complexity. Number 5. Kenworth. Kenworth is a brand built on pride. For decades, it has symbolized independence, professionalism, and long-haul culture. Many drivers grow up dreaming of owning a Kenworth. It's the truck you imagine when you think of open highways, polished tanks, and a rig that feels like it's truly yours. What makes Kenworth special is the balance it strikes between tradition and modern capability. These trucks feel substantial. Doors close with weight. Interiors feel durable. The ride often feels planted and confident. For an owner-operator who plans to keep a truck for years, that sense of solidity matters. It's not just transportation, it's a workplace and a home. Resale value is another major strength. Kenworth trucks tend to hold their value well, especially in popular long-haul configurations. That matters because trucking is a business. A truck that retains value gives you leverage when upgrading or exiting. It lowers the real cost of ownership over time. Kenworth also offers a wide range of specifications, allowing buyers to tailor the truck to their exact needs: engine choice, sleeper size, drivetrain configuration, and interior finish. This customization appeals to drivers who want a machine that reflects their working style. However, Kenworth is not cheap. Premium build quality and brand reputation come with higher purchase prices. For fleets focused purely on cost per mile, that premium can be difficult to justify. Additionally, like all brands, Kenworth's experience can vary by model year and component choice. A well-spec'd truck can be exceptional. A poorly matched configuration can disappoint. Kenworth ranks high because it delivers what many truck buyers truly value: durability, feel, comfort, pride of ownership, and strong resale. It may not always be the cheapest way to move freight, but it is one of the most satisfying ways to do it. Number 4. Peterbilt. Peterbilt is more than just a truck brand. It's a symbol. In trucking culture, a Peterbilt represents success, independence, and pride. It's the kind of truck people notice when it rolls into a truck stop. The long nose, the stance, the polished tanks. Peterbilt has mastered the art of making a working machine feel legendary. But Peterbilt's place near the top of this ranking isn't about looks alone. The brand has earned its reputation through consistency. Across generations, Peterbilt trucks have delivered strong build quality, durable components, and a driving experience that feels solid. Many drivers describe Peterbilts as trucks that feel planted on the road, stable under load, and confidence-inspiring in bad weather or heavy traffic. One of Peterbilt's greatest strengths is long-term ownership satisfaction. These trucks are often kept longer than average, especially by owner-operators. That alone says a lot. When someone chooses to keep a truck for 1,000,000 miles or more, it's because the machine earns their trust. Interiors age well, cabs remain tight, and the overall structure holds up in a way that supports long-term use. Resale value is another major advantage. The used market loves Peterbilt. Even older models in decent condition attract strong interest. That protects your investment and reduces the financial pain of upgrading later. In a business where margins are thin, that matters. Peterbilt also balances tradition with modern engineering. You get classic styling combined with contemporary drivetrains, safety systems, and aerodynamic improvements. It doesn't feel stuck in the past, but it also doesn't abandon the identity that drivers love. The downside is cost. Peterbilt is a premium brand, and premium brands demand premium money. Not every operation can justify that. For a fleet replacing hundreds of trucks every few years, the numbers may favor cheaper alternatives. For a driver who views their truck as both a business asset and a personal space, Peterbilt often feels worth it. That's why Peterbilt ranks number 4. It may not be the absolute most technologically advanced or the cheapest to operate, but it delivers a rare combination of durability, comfort, image, and resale power. It's a brand that satisfies both the heart and the ledger. Number 3. Scania. Scania's reputation in global trucking is enormous. In many countries, it is seen as the gold standard of engineering and performance. Scania doesn't just build trucks, it builds systems. Engines, gearboxes, braking systems, and driver environments are designed to work together with remarkable harmony. The result is a truck that feels intelligent, responsive, and purpose-built for serious work. Drivers who switch to Scania often talk about how connected the truck feels. Acceleration is smooth, gear changes are perfectly timed, and the cab feels stable even at speed. Over long distances, this translates into reduced fatigue. Less strain on the body means better focus and safer driving. In a profession where alertness can mean the difference between life and death, that's not a luxury, it's a tool. Scania is also known for efficiency. When properly maintained, these trucks can deliver impressive fuel economy without sacrificing power. Over hundreds of thousands of kilometers, that efficiency compounds into major savings. Fleets that run Scania often report predictable operating costs and long service life. Another strength is durability. Scania trucks are designed for longevity. In many regions, it's common to see Scania units working for decades, either in their original role or after being repurposed. That kind of lifespan builds deep trust in the brand. So why isn't Scania ranked number 1? Because best isn't only about engineering, it's about ownership reality. Scania shines brightest in regions with strong dealer networks and trained support. Where that ecosystem exists, Scania can feel unbeatable. Where it doesn't, even the best engineered truck can become a liability. Advanced systems require specialized knowledge. Without it, downtime can stretch. Scania earns its number 3 position because it represents what trucking looks like when engineering is pushed to its highest level. It may not be universally practical everywhere, but where it is supported, it often feels like the future of the industry. Number 2. Mercedes-Benz trucks. Mercedes-Benz trucks sit near the top of this ranking because they represent what happens when a global engineering giant fully commits to commercial vehicles. These trucks are not just transport machines, they are highly integrated systems designed to maximize efficiency, safety, and driver well-being. In many regions, a Mercedes truck is viewed as the smart operator's choice, especially for long-haul and high-mileage operations. Step into a modern Mercedes cab, and the difference is immediate. The layout feels like a high-end cockpit. Digital displays, intuitive controls, advanced driver assistance systems, and refined materials create an environment that reduces fatigue and stress. Over long days and long weeks, this comfort directly affects productivity. A driver who feels less exhausted makes better decisions, reacts faster, and remains focused longer. Safety is one of Mercedes' strongest pillars. These trucks often lead the industry in collision avoidance, lane-keeping systems, adaptive cruise control, emergency braking, and stability technologies. For fleets, this translates into fewer accidents, lower insurance costs, and less downtime. For drivers, it means peace of mind in unpredictable traffic and weather. Efficiency is another key advantage. Mercedes designs its powertrains as part of a complete system: engine, transmission, aerodynamics, and electronics working in harmony. When spec'd correctly, these trucks can deliver excellent fuel economy. Over hundreds of thousands of miles, that difference becomes massive in financial terms. However, like Volvo and Scania, Mercedes trucks come with complexity. Advanced systems require trained technicians and specialized diagnostics. In regions where Mercedes commercial support is strong, this is a non-issue. In areas with limited coverage, even small faults can cause extended downtime. The truck may be brilliant, but brilliance depends on infrastructure. Cost is also a factor. Mercedes trucks are premium products, and they are priced accordingly. For budget-driven fleets, the upfront investment can be hard to justify. Even if long-term savings exist, Mercedes earns the number 2 spot because it offers one of the most complete modern trucking experiences available. Comfort, safety, technology, and efficiency in one package. It represents what trucking looks like when innovation is taken seriously. It is not always the easiest brand to own everywhere, but where support exists, it feels close to perfect. Number 1. DAF earns the top position not because it is the flashiest, fastest, or most luxurious brand, but because it excels at what truly defines best in trucking: predictable uptime, sensible operating costs, and real-world practicality. In many fleets, DAF is the quiet champion. It doesn't chase extreme identity. It focuses on making trucks that work, day after day with minimal drama. The strength of DAF lies in balance. These trucks are comfortable enough for drivers, efficient enough for accountants, and simple enough for maintenance teams. They don't overcomplicate the experience, but they don't feel outdated either. The cab environment is functional, ergonomic, and pleasant for long hours. Drivers may not brag about it, but they also rarely complain. DAF trucks are widely respected for reliability. Operators often describe them as boring in the best way. They start, they run, they finish the job. In logistics, boredom equals profit. Every unexpected breakdown costs money, reputation, and time. A truck that quietly avoids those moments becomes extremely valuable. Fuel efficiency is another strong point. DAF designs with real-world operation in mind: stop-start routes, mixed terrain, and varying loads. The result is consistent, predictable consumption that makes planning easier. Over large fleets, this stability matters more than peak performance. Serviceability is also key. DAF trucks are generally designed to be straightforward to maintain. Parts availability and standardized components help reduce downtime. Fleet managers often favor brands that don't surprise them, and DAF has built a reputation for doing exactly what is expected. DAF may not carry the emotional weight of Peterbilt or the engineering mystique of Scania, but in the real economy of trucking, emotion comes second to reliability. The best truck brand is the one that quietly protects margins, keeps schedules intact, and doesn't demand constant attention. That's why DAF ranks number 1. It represents the ideal trucking partner: dependable, efficient, and easy to live with. It doesn't need to impress, it just needs to perform. And in the world of freight, that is what truly defines greatness. Truck brands aren't just names, they're promises. Some keep that promise for decades, others break it when you need them most. These rankings aren't about hype, they're about survival, history, and hard-earned reputation. And let's be honest, this list is going to start arguments. So drop your opinion in the comments. Which brand deserves the top spot, and which one should have been dead last? If you respect real machines and real performance, hit subscribe, because only the best brands earn legend status.